Namaskaram, Masters. Namaskaram, Master E.K. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmala Spatikakritim Adharam Sarvavidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. ఆధ్యాత్మిక భావప్రకాశకులందరికీ నా నమస్కారం. Today's talk is in English. So one important, many particulars of particular topics were ignored by our educationalists and also politicians and socialists, etc. And they are misguided also. In this concern, I want to put before you to the pattern of India and the world also. Because the Indian scenario is to be established in the foreign countries for the glory of the India, not for the anything else. So once we have had the globalization and the localization, which is the best one for India. Globalization so is a diversified field. Localization is a incentric field. So in this concern, so for any country, their potentialities are very, very important for that. So India, why the India has become a backward country? That should be think by all politicians and educationists. Everybody is in the wrong path, no doubt about that. India is having a lot of cultural potential and natural potential and etc. The multicultural living sense in this country. So that's why its integrity is great. But due to the why it has been considered as a backward. No, it is not at all a backward, but make it as a backward because of to keep the Indian public as a poverty, to get their exploitation to from the public and make themselves to be the greatest politicians of India is British followers. So in this concern, due to the foreign invasion, has lost India its strength, specifically educational sector and all the cultural sector. The culture was divided and education is suppressed. Because of these two reasons, India was after independence, it has been considered as a backward country, backward country, backward country. But it is not at all backward. It's only the British influence only. Because major politicians are studied in England or somewhere in the foreign countries, not by India. India's their way is only for their selfishness certain extent. To get the independence, to see the independence India because of the people's verdict. It is people's verdict, not by the politicians' verdict. So in this version, the India was considered the backward nation. That's almost not choice at all. So Indian nationalists also helped. So we will blame only the certain people of British or foreigners are the responsible for that, like Macaulay, etc. But why our Indians have shook their hands with them to accept their educational system? We are having our own education system. Any country, if you go there and talk about their education system, they will bombard us. But we are the people, we have suppressed our, even slaps also. Okay, your slap is very nice. Your slap is very nice. It is giving me just like a horse. But horse is different. That should be considered. So Indian nationalists also helped them. That's why India has become a country of backward. So because employment system and economy, all these fields are backward because of seems to be backward because of ignorance, because of the ignorance. So the rhythmic way was not followed by anybody. Once again, India has emerged among other nations after the 50 years of our power. So, somewhat extent emerged slowly and slowly to getting the one of the top position in India. Every so even Gandhiji, but in India the urban development is okay, and other city development and also the cities were developed and smart cities, but the realistic. Recently, I have seen one of the Andhra Pradesh town, which was a very planned town once upon a time, but nowadays a small rain, everything even bus stand also collapsed and also with a at least 1 feet depth of water was stagnated in the bus stand. That was the situation. Is it a smart city? This is like a smart town. What is meant by smartness? Everything should be perfectness. Is perfectness? No. Only in the words is a smartness. And about what about the this development in India is recognized. Gandhi is already sometime very very during his time he told. Though rural India should be developed, then only the India's really development can be seen. Otherwise, we cannot see. That is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. So rural sector backbone of the India that was certain governments are following that, but actually the realistic movement was now it is coming maybe. So by strong affinity and also strong beliefs are not enough to implementation of the rural India to be established to get the economy from the rural at rural itself, not by the getting the rural people to the town and healthy India, healthy nation. These are the only mere slogans only. So in this, first of all, how to get the strength in the rural India first. So how to rural public will be accept the India is the one of the best country because of these ideas should be implemented perfectly. First of all, there should not be any prejudices and regionalistic ways in the thinking of the not only the public but also the regionalistic politicians also. The politician should restrict basic amenities to be provided to the rural population there itself, not by the getting them. We will comply the cities and also we will establish so many factories in the cities and you please come and employ here and also the same thing will be happens same. But where if the population moves for once upon a time the migration was there. Migration never helps to the further proper development. Improper development it is. As long as the rural culture should be established, rural itself. Rural culture should be considered and there should be all the cultural people, all cultural activities should be recognized with the governments appropriately and provided them something to them for their development, sustaining of that culture. So for the protection of the Indian public and also Indian rural public should be honored appropriately. Second one. The next rural tourism should be developed properly. Rural education and tourism is very very important. Tourism will be developed if the tourism is appropriately developed. What will happen? Indian economy will raises. You only seeing city like Gujarat or Ahmedabad or some other Hyderabad or by cities like and also the Ramanujam statue or Sardar Vallabhbhai statue or some other statue in some other state, Buddha statue, or maybe they are also important. But where is the rural public? Where is the rural development, rural cultural development? Ministry should be set up separately in the new cabinet. And rural tourism is very important for the population sustainability in covering of rural health is very important. By sustaining their nature, rural health, wherever you have born, your health will be protected there itself. If you come out of that arena, no bird or no animal, no creature cannot be survived appropriately with a proper health. So it is so migration is inevitable, then it's okay. But all the people why should they migrate for a simple purpose of employment? So this is the population. Finally, I want to tell the rural tourism has a lot of potential in the agro-tourism. And providing the agro-tourism means how to build up the agriculture potential, natural agriculture, and also the organic agriculture, organic products. But organic products are why they are costly. India is once upon the potential of organic culture. But now the India is once again getting the slogan organic products. They are without the chemical nature. Why it is? And also they are costlier than the normal. How the public will how to realization will come unless and until the realization comes in the rural minds, we cannot give the potential to the organic nature and organic culture, natural methodology, and ecotourism and wildlife and tribal tourism. These are all the important, and a separate section also to be established how to protect the rural people health there itself. If you are getting, they are come to the as a tourists or the migrated people, if they come to the biggest hospitals in the cities and the cosmopolitan cities, they were exploited, not properly health was given. Health is cannot is a commodity to purchase. It is not a commodity to purchase. It can be protected by self development, and self protection is essential for the protection of health. This should be realized with every one of, not only a politician, not only an educationist, not only a socialist, not only a prime minister, not only a simple public man. And so, next, it is up to the Indian public and other politicians to view to think that way to how to reach the Indian goal by rural development. Thank you, one and all. Loka samasta sukno bhavantu. Om shanti shanti shanti.